Hey, I'm just gonna pretend that, like, literally, that the stream from yesterday never happened. Uh, I actually got a few hours of restful sleep last night, so I'm kind of like excited. I'm excited to actually do something. Actually, if I go back, I can just press last, right? Yeah. But basically, the build is just it's really lit words. It's mostly just stuff that's mutually exclusive. That has like multiple like alternate versions, like paralyzing. Well, stingers. There's three different stingers, and I didn't want to have like two stingers and then one option I didn't want to take, so I just decided to take freezing ray, which the other one is flaming ray, obviously. So I just did that, just so I didn't get like forced into a bad decision that would screw me over. I can't remember good examples of powers that are. A great example is like temporal fugue. Like if I forcibly get myself temporal fugue or any sort of power that would screw me over if I somehow clone myself by accident. Like, yeah, I really don't want shit like that on my character. Simply out of the fear that I would get cloned and summarily killed by myself. Like, even friendly clones can be dangerous if you aren't prepared. What'll effectively happen, or what can effectively happen, is, well, first one clone turns into four, and they, assuming they're temporal, they throw all of your fucking grenades that you've been saving up for a rainy day, at your face. You don't lose your grenades, but yeah, having every grenade out of your inventory thrown randomly by pure agents of chaos. Yeah, it's a good way to get yourself killed or loot destroyed or just about anything wrong happening. So that's why, unless I'm intentionally taking temporal fugue, which I haven't intentionally taking it, I haven't taken it in character gen in years, like real life human years, because it's killed me so many times. I have so many runs where I've just like effectively, from my point of view as somebody who's beaten the game, I effectively had enough stuff that I could have beaten the game. Like, I was strong enough to have the stats to win the game with the loot I had. And I just died because of temporal fugue and bombed the shit myself. But yeah, in 3835 BR, Depur the Third plundered. I hate when the Sultans have the same name, because it's gonna be like the Depur the 1 through 3 or 1 through 5 or 1 through 6 or some shit, and I just don't like it. I like it when they all have unique names, because then they're easy to differentiate between. Plundered all of the godless quarter of Rakudpa. Rolling dice to determine which ones to destroy. uh, on a natural 20, you live. Uh, which ones to destroy from the homes of trees and fish? It became known as the Rakudpa Scourge. Sorry, Okapa is hard for me to say. Okay, I broke some of my stuff, so I'm just going to give you the broken stuff. That's why, as long as you don't have this tech yet, there's no reason not to ID the stuff that you give to Archive. Because with this Techia, you can actually like detonate grenades or like permanently destroy items out of your inventory. You try to ID, that's why you don't take it. Well, you shouldn't take it, I should say. And let me get the wire quest. So, oh, I already did. Whoops. So it can be tracked. Hopefully, I don't get fickle guilt. That's the problem I had last time. Is that I kind of couldn't do any prep because I needed to go find. What was it, an electric snail? I had to find an electric snail to. Wait, are you? Okay, you're just randomly moving. They're moving up to the cat. God, that scares me so much because before, whoops, I picked up his corpse. Before, the only reason they'd ever leave their post was to kill me or kill each other. So yeah, it's kind of kind of triggers a Pavlovian response where I see them move, and that triggers me. It's like, oh no. My heart sings every time. It is the best, worst change they've ever made. Because, like, having a petable animal in Joppa just means that characters that don't normally move actually do. And it just fucking gives me a panic attack. It's like, why are they moving? It's like, oh, just a pet cat. I mean, as a animal, I really shouldn't say the phrase animal enjoyer, but as an animal person, as you can probably tell from the dog, we should actually be on camera now. I really, just to preface this, the reason my bed is unmade is because the dog is on it. I can't really make the bed with the dog on it, otherwise he'll either leave the room, which I don't really want to upset him trying to sleep while the lights are on, but that's fine. But like, yeah, I don't want to like throw my dog on my bed so I can make it. Like, what's the point? Like, I don't really care if people think I'm a slob. Like, whoop-de-doo. I care more about my dog than the opinions of people on the internet, as most people should. Well, care about their pets or things that are important to them over like opinions of random strangers. I mean, literally, my family, like any of my family members, could walk in and be like, "Hey, your bed's unmade," and I'd be like, "Well, just look at what's on it." Like, there's a living creature that wants to lie down on my pillow. Like, I'm not gonna throw him out of my bed to fix it, make it look presentable. It's my bed. It doesn't need to look presentable. It needs to be slept in. That's the only purpose it has. There's a reason there's no like pictures on my wall or anything. It's because I don't normally stare at the drywall. It's not meant to be aesthetically pleasing. I'm either looking at the back of my eyelids, or I'm out of my room, or playing video games in my room. Never mind. Let me not get into that. Let me read this so I can get back to playing. While traveling through Sizapur, Gapur IV stopped at a market in Katara. An obscure chef, she purchased the mighty vest and named it Mariaka Gapurboon. Then she went to a tavern and lost it in a foolhardy bet. Because the tavern and left, yeah. I hope they come up with new ways. Like, I think in the current state, there's just randomly losing it. There's losing it in a tavern, and there's losing it in a fight. I hope they eventually get. And obviously, this probably isn't a high priority for them, but like I've read so much of the lexicon of the game. I think that's what they or. I've read so much of the randomly generated secrets, I believe they're called in the game. Sorry, I've completely forgot. Gossip, lore, and secrets. Yeah, that's what the game calls them. The three of those are what they call everything, or all of the random tidbits. Yeah, I've read it so much that I hope they like expand it. Like, it's dynamic, but the thing is that it's also limited. It's like, yeah, you can have like hundreds of variations, but like the thing is that those hundreds of variations always use the same three sort of bullet points, and it's like, well, I've kind of, I've seen enough people losing their shit in bets that it's like, like, yeah, they can lose it in multiple ways in the tavern. Like, they can lose it to bats or thieves, but like, just remove the tavern out of it. Like, if they just remove the tavern, it's like lost it to a thief. Like, you don't have to specify the fucking tavern. And again, it should be a low priority, but like eventually I hope they change it. God damn, I just don't want to. It was a meme. Like, I didn't even recognize it until somebody pointed it out, and now I can't unsee it. That it's always a tavern. I can't remember what somebody said to me, but effectively they said like, yeah, everybody, should probably stop going to these taverns if they're just gonna lose the shit. Yeah, make a. Ooh, whoops. There we go. Shift A is auto attack or auto combat. I'm gonna abuse that since I don't have much in the way of equipment. I may as well just like grind a cut here. Probably shouldn't have been auto fighting an amoeba, but it's too late. It's too late. The amoeba's already dead. I can't unkill it, unfortunately. I don't have precognition. Okay, rapidly mutate. Two-headed. Yeah, it's gonna be a while before two-headed really becomes effective. Let me actually look this up because I've forgotten the scaling on Stinger. So let me get my phone up so I can read chat in the event that, it's currently 6 a.m. So in the event of somebody actually coming here to talk, it'd be easier for me to be able to read it from my phone. Otherwise, it only stays up for like 10-30 seconds on my screen over here. Okay, what's the scaling? Because if I go F5, actually, just so I'm just doing the math on the saves. It's actually a paralyzing thing. It doesn't need to be raised up. Two-headed. Sorry, I'm just doing this because I completely forget. I used to know these numbers a lot better. Yeah, if I give it 3 hits, so basically if I go level 5, 15, and then 25. So at level 25, yeah, level 25, the cap will be high enough that I can basically instantly use mental actions. You know what? Sure, why not? I get like light manipulation as a chain gun or something. Okay, I died to a slumberling last time. In my defense, I was very sleep deprived. I still am. But the thing is that I got actual restful sleep, so I'm feeling a lot better. But yeah, I just pressed Shift A next to a slumberling and automatically hit it without even thinking about it. I was like, yeah, this action has no consequence. I should remember the hotkey for waiting 10 turns, which is a godsend. Oh, you're the enemy that I saw. Good. It might be the Slumberling. What? Something. The. What? Oh, it's a ledge. I see. That actually makes a lot of sense. I didn't even realize that was a thing. Let me head down. You gotta be careful in the rest of us because level, the level scaling is ridiculous. Like, yeah, most enemies will be low level. Like 99% of the enemies will be low level, but there's a high chance that one high level enemy will spawn. And that can be anywhere from an early game challenge to a mid game, like something that could kill you out of mid game that would appear in mid game and you'd be like, oh fuck, like a Rhinox. A Rhinox is something that's like level 20 to 30. Like it is not something that you should be. It's not something that you should be like fighting early on, and that's just kind of the. Well, it's also the same thing with the Slumberlings. If the Slumberlings are capable of spawning in early game areas, they're just not enemies that you should be fighting early. Similarly with the Beetle Bomb that I'm fighting right now, its power level is that of like a mid game, well, not even a mid game, but like it's not something that you should be fighting early unless you have some sort of way to deal damage to it without hurting yourself. Or without getting yourself killed, I should say. Like I say, being able to paralyze it and then wail on it for a few turns. I'm just making sure I pepper it occasionally. Because enemies you deal damage to can't regenerate. Unless they have regeneration. Like, they don't get their passive healing unless they... Their natural healing ability gets cancelled if they're taking damage. You have the same sort of condition for your self-healing. Or your passive healing. I should not have stepped into you, and you're dead, though. Okay, that 200 experience probably wasn't worth the time that I spent killing that thing. I'm not going to go over there. Get those way down. I believe there's either a two-headed boar or slug snout. So I should be careful of that. Also got to be careful because I have a light, which means enemies can see me from any distance as long as they have a line to me. Ooh. Yeah, their sight range is infinite, so as long as they have like a lot, as long as they can draw a line directly to me, aka line of sight, as long as they have a line of sight, they can just see me to kill me. Especially against range enemies, it's really bad. That's why night vision can be really strong. Not the mutation night vision, but like night vision goggles can be really good because you can see across the entire map without having to give the same courtesy to your enemies. And yeah, I did lose my my armor that I'm wearing isn't rusted. Obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be wearing it. Sorry, my nose is real itchy. It's like just the... It's not in... Never mind. Yeah, I'll just drop that. Killing the Kudzu will pay for all the damage they cause. Especially if they level me up. Let me mainline leveling up Stinger until it has a minimum of 2 rounds, or minimum of 3 rounds, I should say. Let me put a point in intelligence. 400 points. Spend. Let me make sure I get just reflexes and spry. Gives me a high chance to dodge bullets. Okay, and meal prep and carbide shaft. I won't take butchery because butchery actually screwed me last time. It can be a source of like cumulative wealth, I should say. Like slowly, like butchering like entire dungeons worth of enemies can result in you slowly getting like every creature will be like 2 grams of yeah, around 2 grams of food by the time you'd actually want to be using that to buy stuff. Oh fuck. Sorry, that's why you don't hold auto combat. It's just too convenient. I should have been more careful. I'll just send mine into random. Whoops. Yeah, that's the. God damn. I totally forgot there was a slug now. I was like, yeah, there's no consequences for this. The slug, like, whatever enemy is here is probably like too far away to see me. God fucking damn it. During a trek around Shirkazor, Jadex. Jaxerxes? Jaxerxes. Okay, I can't fucking say that name. The chariot was driven off of a cliff by a nefarious party of succulents. He was killed at 48 years old. I didn't even read that. Whoopsie daisy. Deep in the Tinker's democracy of Shemur, Jathrimed stumbled upon a clan of crabs performing a secret ritual. Because of her reputation for murdering somebody with malicious soldering, they accepted her into their fold and taught her their secrets. Interesting. And actually, oh my god. It's a flaming tar pit. It's actually potentially really good, assuming that I don't get killed by somebody. Fuck, that hurt. Really hope they don't destroy the loot, because, yeah, there's also has remains with loot on them here. And the loot can be... Fuck me. The loot can be really good. I might die. I did not... Of course I fucking did that. I'm so dumb. Fuck. Jack structural scanning bracelet. That'll be useful later. Ganglion teleprojector will also be very, very useful. Fuck me. Same goddamn baboons. Trying to make sure it doesn't path over rocks, because baboons will automatically pick up rocks that they path over. And you got baboons. There's another one. You met a flaming grave for me. I didn't even realize I picked feet for my race slot. Wait a second, really? Of course. Okay, give me strength. Give me strength, give me acrobatics. There we go. I should have a lot better time. Or a lot easier time trying to kill these. Really should not be. Sorry, I said I felt better, but that doesn't mean I'm feeling perfect. Making very stupid mistakes. I'm doing exactly what I shouldn't be doing in a roguelike, which is letting enemies get the first turn on me. We should not be letting enemies get initiative. I thought that was just a regular baboon and not one of the hulking ones. So I'm being cautious around these because they can actually deal significant chunks of my HP. Of all the projectiles, I actually really, really like what they've done with the stones. I do not want to store my stuff in a fossilized remain game. Excited. Oh, I get two-headed again. The best thing that ever happened to me was dying, honestly. Based on the fact that I now have all the resources from this flaming tar pit, like, yeah, it's very, very good. That's why I never feel bad about dying. All it is just a it's a waste of time. Like it's just a loss of time, I should say. It's better to die early on a run than die late on a or die deep into a run. Fuck. Should not be doing that until I'm like immortal or something. Old habits die. Never, if you're me. Okay, let me shake it off. Yeah, I'm just gonna see if I can find another flaming tar pit. Because the tar pit can be next to any tarry area. Okay, tar pool. Tarry marsh. So yeah, flaming tar pits are next to tar pools, which are next to tar, or tarry areas, I should say. And the same thing with the other two biomes that behave exactly like this. Okay, no, it was just one. No. Oh. Luckily, yeah, the recycling soup basically kept me alive. Square Cav would raise what, my ego and intelligence? Yeah. I'll leave it up like that. along with just getting enough water to survive. Fiber daggers, great sword, battery. Can have money. Blaze. Forgotten Ruins. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give stuff that I broke the archive. Say this broken trinket. And then I will give him the chem cell. Could you ID this? I assume it's stuff I can't really make use out of. Yeah. You know what? You can take the structural scanning bracelet. Yeah, that's fine. We're good by a robot cyborg immune with the ability to generate. Oh, it's talking about Truekin. Yeah, cyber control power. It's not much money. Oh yeah, I can sell the recorder because I don't know where that goes, so there's no good reason for me to be using it. And now that I'm Archives Assistant, you can't normally steal from these chests until you complete the two to give Archive Shiny quests. I don't know why I called it that, but 'tis what it is. It's either a crustacean or a rustacean. A rustacean is actually basically a kudzu on legs. The best way to phrase it. Which, yeah, kudzu are already a pain in the ass. $26. 9. I do want to go all the way down the Rust Caves. But I also know at the same time it's how I've gotten myself killed a bunch of times. So probably just shouldn't. Sorry, I was just thinking about, like, technically feral just means like a tamed. Basically, it implies that the creature used to be tamed and then went feral, because like you don't call a wolf a feral wolf, because that's just the default. But like the thing is that like I don't know, kind of has like a weird implication for calling like a wild dog feral. Like it's clearly not a what's it called? It's clearly not like it's clearly not got rabies or anything. It's clearly not like that type of feral, where it's like, well, I guess it's because it's a lone dog, where dogs are normally pack animals. I don't know. It just feels weird to call it a feral dog. To me, it's just a dog. Okay, time to start avoiding kudzu where I can, because I have an axe that I want to keep. He says he goes kill. He goes killing everyone he finds. I'm just killing them as they get in my way. Yeah, seeing as there's a rust station down there, I'll put a point to strength. Oh, no, that's a mutation point. Sorry, my ability to see is compromised. It's greatly compromised, owing to the fact that it's been a while since I've seen my, what is it, Optrician? I can't remember who's the, is it Optrician? Yeah, dispenses eyeglasses. Yeah. I like out of all of the, that's the thing, that's like my family always complains that I use too high vocabulary. For some reason the high level vocabulary comes first. Like whenever I start like speaking in techno, what is effectively techno babble, it's because those are the first things that come to my head, and for some reason my brain likes to retrieve like the highest level first. And it's like, my brother in Christ, that the use cases for these fucking words are non-existent. Like, there's no reason for me to be recalling these first among everything else that I can say. Also, I sit down. It's just a regular crustacean, or regular Irish crab, eyeless crab. Why am I doing this while I'm at risk of getting my shit pushed in? Slime Drench. I can't remember. Is Slime Drench next to? I can't remember. Save my life. But there might be a place where I can find and my weapon got rust. It's fine. It doesn't bother me. Like, it annoys me, but it doesn't bother me. I don't have enough metal stuff for things to not reliably get hit. Okay, it's still there. I can equip for now the carbide dagger. Also, I believe they prefer to rust things that are in your hands. So it's not like I'm surprised. Luckily, from what I remember, my recycling suit is plastic. Oh, rubber. It's a polymer. Yeah, I can't actually see how much wire I have right now, but I want to get around like 250 strands of wire, or feet of wire, I should say. Because you can actually use wire on some really, really impressive stuff to get it to run, to power it and get it to operate, including something that I'm lost on the name of it, but it can increase your mental mutations by 10 each, which can result in, let's just say it's a good word. Let's just say it results in me being able to, well, no, it's not assuming, because I can easily. Is that basically with that piece of furniture, all I need is the ability to power it and a piece of banana, like a single slice of banana, and I can basically learn how to make everything in the game. Which, as you can probably tell, is ridiculous. Sorry, I'm just digging through the walls to try to find if there's anything. If I can find a bit of cloning drop. Slimy and Tarpool. I gotta be careful because I could get myself killed going through these. My HP is really damn low. And my armor value is only 3, which, yeah, is not enough to keep me alive against certain enemies. Like, a lot of enemies can have enough strength to just instantly kill me. I get it to cross over those two. Kind of don't like what they've done with the targeting. I don't have missile weapon right now, but here, like instead of one of these, like I'm used to like the line or the basically like this. I'm used to this being. I can't remember what it used to look like, but I remember it being different. I prefer the old one personally. So I'm just trying to give my opinions on how they've changed the game, and at the same time, I can't even remember what the game number looks like. Oh, there's a. I can't remember what it's called, but it's one of the creatures that like build walls as it moves, which is a pain in my. I was about to say effervescent ass. I don't think that's the word I'm supposed to use, but you know, it's funny, so I'll deal with it. Also, I just realized that 2 heads. Yeah, the fucking. Oh, I see where it is. Yeah, you can see it moving. There you are, you seed-spreading worm, you prick. Yeah, I want to get my head back on my shoulders so I can get back to playing certain games. Because I just... Like, especially story-driven games, I really don't want to be, like, completely out of my mind trying to play them. Because then... Because some of it's reading and... like, you know, acknowledging the story and shit, and I can't really do that if I'm dazed and confused all the time. Which, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, very, very dazed, very confused. That's mostly due to sleep deprivation. Like, it's not even for a lack of sleep. It's sleep deprivation because I'm not getting the actual. I'm not getting the part of sleep that actually matters. So like I'm not getting the like the recovery. Like I'm not. My brain isn't like. I guess you could say it's not turning off while I sleep. But your brain doesn't turn off when you sleep. I need to preface this because I hate when people think that like when you go to sleep your brain turns off. Your brain goes into recovery mode. When you sleep. It's sort of like saying that an electronic turns off when you charge it. As if... Or not it's like... It's a better example. I don't know what's a good example. There's not really many good comparisons. But effectively, your brain doesn't turn off when you sleep. It never has, never will. Because if your brain turned off, your internal organs would cease to function. Like when you go to sleep, your body doesn't just shut off. Obviously. But yeah, it just goes into recovery to like do repairs and shit. And yeah, basically my brain hasn't been able to do that. And I'd say through no fault of my own, but it is kind of my fault. It's less my fault than you'd think. It's more than I'd like it to be. I don't think that makes any sense to anybody that isn't me, but what can you do? The answer is jack and or shit. Yeah, Snapjaw's pain in my ass. His strength is way too high. Way too high for the amount of defense that I currently have. He's dealing like 10 damage regularly. Also, he has a carbide hammer, which does not help the situation. Oh, okay. I'm actually gonna take that. The fuck was that? The fuck did I just see? What did I just see? Like, okay, you saw, you had to have seen that. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, the particle effect scared the shit out of me. The entirety of 4813 BR, our Teldoc II wreaked havoc on all the Stargazer oligarchy of Devashan, kidnapping the smartest children from the homes of flowers and fungi, which became known as the Devashan Woe. But yeah, the main reason, like, I'm not getting restful sleep. I know I mentioned it yesterday, but I'm not going to upload that to anywhere, so basically doesn't exist. Or that yesterday stream effectively doesn't exist, as far as I'm concerned. Wow, these Snapjaws have a lot of. Oh no, this is a tar. Wait, what? I think there's two creatures dying on the same spot. I think one of these is an Arcana, or not, maybe, I don't know. It's either that or it was not a skeleton, but a body with loot on it. Sorry, my brain is so fuzzy. But yeah, I'm just gonna stream for like 3-4 hours and then go back to bed, because I kind of need to recover a lot. Like I need to catch up on sleep. And with that, I mean, like, I've had the equivalent. The past week, I've had like the equivalent of 3 hours of sleep, like 3 hours of real sleep. You know, I'd be like, "How are you alive?" And I respond with, "The human body can go several." The human body can go through several weeks without sleep and not die, but I've been experiencing the low levels, and it's also the fact that I'm used to not sleeping because I'm an insomniac. But I've been going through the light levels of or the I've been experiencing the short and long term effects of sleep deprivation for past month. Like, I have slowly gotten less and less sleep. So, in case there's any doubt that I'm bullshitting or not, like, trust me when I say, like, I wouldn't keep bringing it up if I was fucking lying. Trust me, it's sleep. Like, I know sleep deprivation. I'm an insomniac. I'm also suffering from other things, but yeah, primarily right now, my inability to sleep and also my fatigue. Like, I'm also physically tired, or not physically tired. I'm not just sleep deprived. I'm also, like, I've been unable to sleep in general, or not sleep in general. Fuck. That just goes hand in hand with insomnia. But I've been unable to. I've basically been tired all the time. Sorry, I'm trying to phrase this properly. I've been tired outside of the insomnia. Like I've also been like massively like low energy. Like obviously the insomnia like not well I say helps. Um, Also triggers that sort of like fatigue, but like it's worse than regular insomniatic fatigue. I'm actually gonna go to the surface now because yeah, I've had enough. Like yeah, there's potential for more loot, but like at the same time, there's also potential for me to get lost because my memory isn't what it even what it normally is. Okay, let me go back to Choppa. I'm actually going to. Is there anything that I have that I want to make sure I keep? Okay, that's important. Masterwork airfoil. Oh, I just picked up. The question is, it's just carbide. I can get like infinite amounts of carbide weaponry. I don't need that. Um, I was gonna. I was thinking of potentially leaving it here, but no. I'm just gonna get rid of it. Sell that. Keep the dagger. The dagger is just good for weight in terms of trade value. And as I level up, my ego will eventually go up naturally, and its value in turn also go up. This is not a good reason to just be selling it for just to get it out of my inventory because it doesn't need to get out of my inventory. I gotta remember that trade goods are, at least in the early to mid game, is basically the trade goods are how you function in terms of actually being able to buy and sell stuff. Okay. You know, let me actually see if this works. Share a secret with me. Okay, and then I share. Okay, don't have any useful secrets to you. I was hoping to get the wardens to be neutral towards me. This gun, and then I'll give you the wings. And yeah, I'm gonna carry a bunch of water with me just because I am paranoid. Yeah, let me put my dagger back on, and I'll sell this. But yeah, I can get carbide and folded carbide from the jungle, so I don't need to keep this. Or I don't have to treat it like it's some sort of like limited resource. It's not rare; it's very common. Yeah. I also need to check the corpses because the snapshots can actually spawn with the new teeth weapon. There's a weapon that actually goes in your mouth slot, your face slot. I should say mouth slot. Yeah, thanks, Brain. Sorry, I'm just annoyed at my stupidity. But yeah, there's a mouth slot, or there's a weapon for the mouth slot now. So you actually have. That's actually really good for Chimera now that I think about it. Because a head with a face is 2 weapon slots now. Because you can have like a 4-turned helm, and then you can have the mouth weapon. So it really does open up. Eventually, what are they gonna do? Like put like spiked boots into the game as well, so you can have like a weapon on each slot. That would actually be really funny. Like just a pure like weapon build. Oh yeah, and just to finish up with the whole like my mental state, like I can make any promises, but let's just say well, I'm gonna rephrase that. I'm not gonna make any promises that I'm getting better because I have no fucking clue. Um, but I'm at least getting help again finally. But yeah, there's no guarantee that I am going to recover from this anytime soon. Luckily, I'm not popular enough for like there to be that many people that give a shit. It's like I feel like it's a good thing right now because I feel like if I was one of those people that like constantly get like asked like, hey, where you know where's your streams and shit, like like nobody's going on like my Twitter or like DMing me. Well, okay, there is one person that DM'd me on Discord, but and asked if I was okay. But like, I'm glad that I don't have many people that do that because if I did, I would feel super anxious because I'd be like, well, I need to force some stuff to stream because otherwise I'll make these people feel bad. Like the catch-22 of streaming is that eventually I'll have enough through Stockholm syndrome. I'll have enough people that are like, yeah, you're like the only person that streams the one game that I like to watch on YouTube or whatever. That's my fan base. People who don't have any other fucking jobs. But not like. I feel like I'd be very anxious if I was actually like disappointing people, even though I shouldn't. I shouldn't care. It's not that I shouldn't care about like disappointing people. It's that I shouldn't. It shouldn't come before myself. Like I shouldn't worry about the. I shouldn't worry about entertaining people over my mental health. Like, and people will be like, "Oh, if you're not feeling well, don't stream." It's like, well, the thing is that like, it helps. Like streaming helps with mental health. That's why I'm doing it right now. Because I want to. It's my hobby / potential like merit to my existence and that sort of shit, which is kind of like my big problem right now is that I feel very like the thing is that I've basically been having an existential crisis for the past like 2, 3, 4 months. Okay, more so like existential recently. But yeah, like I definitely need to remind myself that I don't want this to be more depressing than it already is. But like I just want to be happy, and streaming makes me happy at least somewhat. It also annoys me, but at the same time, like I'm glad it annoys me. Like sometimes I have arguments with people that are watching, which is a good thing. Because I'm not a yes man. I'm very much like a, if you don't like me, fuck you. Like I'm not an ass kisser. Like if I have an opinion and somebody's like, "Oh, I don't like your opinion," I tell them like it is. I tell them to go fuck themselves. Which is, in my opinion, like obviously not like something you should do on the regular. Like you shouldn't be going to, but shouldn't be looking for fights. But if you want to have your own opinions and have them be known, because obviously, like you can have your own opinions, but if you never make other people acknowledge that your opinions exist, then it's like you don't have an opinion. Like you could like at that point it's just at that point, your opinions are nothing more than your thoughts or what you think rather than what you do. It's not a real opinion if you don't, like, defend it. Well, you don't have to defend it. It's not what I'm saying. But like, if your opinion is challenged and you just like roll over, then it's kind of like you're not really exercising your opinion. It's like me not using my left arm and being like, yeah, I have a left arm. It's like, well, yeah, but you don't use it. It may as well not be there. Like you may as well not have the opinion if you're not gonna, like, back it up. But like that's like on a person to person basis, whether you don't need to validate your opinion for it to exist, but it's kind of just of the nature of an opinion that you need to, let the opinion be known. Because this is a better way to phrase it, because obviously I'm just talking in circles and not actually getting to the point, is that, oh my god, I had it and then I forgot. Literally, well, I kind of already said it with like if you hide your opinion, it's like you don't even have it. Like, can you really say that you have an opinion on something if you're constantly hiding it? Like, if somebody says, "Oh, what's your opinion on this?" and you're like, "Oh, I don't have an opinion," but you actually do have an opinion on it, well, then your opinion obviously doesn't matter much to you. That's a good thing to say. It's that, like, if you never say your opinion, if you never act on it, it is kind of like defeating the purpose of having it in the first place. Sorry if I'm just incoherently babbling, but I have to get back into the way that you have to talk when you stream, which is effectively like without any sort of other voice talking back to you. It's a weird way to phrase it, but that's effectively what it is. I'm basically talking to myself. Like, even if somebody else was like chatting to me, like, I still have to fill the air with my own voice. That's a better way to phrase it. Is that I kind of have to fill the dead air. Like, even when I'm reading somebody else's opinion, like, I kind of have to choose like whether or not I need to read it out loud or not. Because that's kind of like the general conceit of streaming. Okay, so one of these, I don't know how many I have equipped right now. I have one. Load it. And make sure I'm actually trying to equip as much as I can. That just stays there. That's a grenade. I think I should dismantle that later once I level up. Also the chrome pistol and dismantle the electric bow. And let me just buy all the different ammos just because I can. Give the wire to Argive so I can never have to deal with this shit again. Droid Scrambler, which I will also get rid of. The only reason I do that, because there's no real in terms of like safety, there's no good reason for you to get rid of this, but it's just a matter of convenience in terms of me wanting to loot the droids by killing them. Like, you could individually go up and kill each one and they won't fight back, but at the same time, like, if they come to me, it makes it a lot easier for me to clear the map of them. So that's my preference. Wait, did they? Oh, Physic. What? Oh. Oh, they buffed it massive. Oh my god. Wait, is that what I'm thinking of? That used to be. Okay, sorry. This used to be um, like obviously still Staunch Wounds, and then there was, um, like Heal or whatever it was. I can't remember, but basically it was just like you could have like a few turns of like getting your passive healing. I can't remember what it was. You can heal like 10% of your HP or some shit over the course of 5 turns. I can't remember. But yeah, it being treating disease onset for you and your companions at a fire for 150 points. I don't know how effective that is. But yeah, the fact that you can amputate a limb, I completely forgot about this. I must have read it and then forgot. Yeah, voluntarily amputate your own limbs and limbs of infected companions. The infected companions part is actually really strong. I'm actually glad they're giving you abilities to interact with your companions because that's really important. And then Apothecary Healing Tonics last an extra round. That's fine. I mean, it's another turn of Uber Nostrum, another turn of Healing Salve. Like, yeah, another guaranteed turn of Uber Nostrum could potentially regrow another one of your limbs. So Apothecary is actually really strong if you're missing limbs. Is there anything else they added? So I kind of really want to check because that's awesome. Heavy weapon. That's for guns. Okay, then single weapon fighting is the newest one. Okay, you may choose. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Whenever sort of critical hit with a weapon, well, single weapon fighting, well then, of up to 2 random weapon or shield skills are immediately refreshed. Okay. One expertise when you make a melee attack with a while single weapon fight. This is for using two-handed weapons, I assume. While using single weapon fighting, there's a 50% chance you make a second attack for free. They always attack, or they always penetrate 1 extra time. I'm curious to know whether or not this means you always penetrate if you hit. Because it says always penetrate 1 extra time. It doesn't say. It's the question of whether or not it starts at 0 or 1. 0 being no penetration and 1 being 1 penetration, obviously. Because, like, in terms of. If it's coded the way it's written, it means it starts at 0. But I don't know if that's actually how it's supposed to work. I don't know. Whenever you make a melee attack while it's single weapon fighting, immediately make a second attack for free. I wonder how that works with weapon expertise. I wonder if that stacks, or if it just means you always hit twice. Whenever you make a... Like, I wonder if that... Like, I wonder how it's coded. I assume it, in the way that you usually assume things with like this, is I wonder if that can stack. Like if I get enough coin flips, could I hit multiple times for free? Like I assume no, but also it'd be cool if you did. Okay. Yeah, considering what they've done with like single and multi-weapon fighting, I really hope they do some stuff with bows and rifles because I fucking hate. I've never actually utilized these because it's just like mark somebody, shoot them to consume the mark and do an effect, and then mark them again, and then shoot them again, and then mark them again. It's like fucking. It's busy work. It's busy work, whereas pistols are like um, passive, 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 passive. Uh, like um, buff, like 20 turn buff, passive. Like and this is just who I am as a person. I really like being able to do things passively. Like I like having like one or two active abilities, and obviously one or two active abilities that I use all the time. Like obviously like utility stuff is, always nice. Like two like main attacks, and like everything else passive. It just feels nice. It like I don't like the World of Warcraft like MMO, like all MMOs really have this, where it's just like, yeah, you have to use your entire fucking keyboard to play your character, and it's like, my brother in Christ, like I do not want to have to look at my entire like I don't want to have like one of those fucking like multi-tiered hot bars where it's like, yeah, you have like 40 abilities that you have to use, like all of them. Like you have to utilize all of them in the span of like 30 seconds, and it's like, no, no, I'm not Korean. I don't have the actions per minute for that bullshit. I just don't like it. So I really like pistols. Like it, the thing is with pistols is that I can just press F. Like F is the shoot button. If you hold F, you just keep shooting. Like like for example, like that's what happens when I just hold F. Is that I just shoot the shit out of whatever I'm fighting. That feels nice. Well, like if I wanted to do the same thing with rifles, you could do that, but the thing is that none of the skills work. None of the upgrades for rifles work with you just pressing the F button. Like if I wanted to, the only active ability is empty the clips. I could press empty the clips and for 20 turns just hold F if I really wanted to. That feels nice to me. Like my favorite thing to do is to have chain pistols against a mob of enemies, and then just hold F and just watch everything die. Like double chain pistols, you fire like 100 rounds a minute, and it's just like, yep, we're good. Room cleared. But yeah, I really hope they do revisit bone rifles. Not, they don't have to make it to my preference. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, give me some like you don't even have to give me passives, but just make it more interesting. Like it is. Like okay, you can't move. Like you can summon mark. Like okay, make it stop being mark based. As long as your target is surrounded by 6 or more solid objects, become flattening fire. It becomes prone and disarms them. Is this an upgrade? But like it's like make them bleed. Make them like reduce their defenses or dodge value, I should say. Like no range penalty. Like obviously, like it says, the weapon's accuracy matters, but the distance accuracy doesn't exist, and the target's unmarked. Beacon fire. Um. Okay, yeah, sure, whatever. Like basically, it's active and then buff to the active, active then buff to the active, active then buff to the active. It's kind of like meh. Shit combines effects of all other fire powers you have. Like that's your ultimate ability. Like I just want to compare that to, I don't know, axe, where you can dismember people or decapitate people, or cudgels, where you can literally throw people through fucking walls. Like I just don't like it. It just feels boring. It just doesn't feel it. Like it'd be cool, like I guess suppressive fire is nice, but I don't know. Like just it just feels like the weakest. Okay, aside from like heavy weapons, because heavy weapons is like it. Well, the thing is that I'm pretty sure that heavy weapon skill can work with bows and rifles, or maybe they can't. I can't remember. But like even sweep is so much more interesting than everything bow and rifles have. Like sweep firing over a 90-degree cone just seems interesting. Like it's like turning your range weapon into an AoE weapon just automatically feels nice. And that's literally the only active skill they have. Their only active skill is I shoot in a cone. But yeah, I do feel like I really, really appreciate a rework of bow and rifle. Like even if it's all actives, I'm fine with that. Just like okay, just to point one thing out, these would all feel great if you didn't have to draw a bead every time. Like if you just added a skill, or not a skill, but a passive, or no, well, it's still skill. If you added a passive skill where there's a chance, and Tales of Maj'Al has this, where there's just a chance every time you shoot somebody that you mark them automatically. Just do that, and it would feel, all these would feel so much better. It's like if you shoot the same creature 3 times, they become marked. Like that would just feel so nice. But you know, obviously, it's probably a low priority compared to everything else they're doing. But like, still, it's just like, goddamn, man. It doesn't feel nice to me. Sorry, I'm just. This is not the first time I've had a tirade over bone rifles. You know, the funny thing is that there was somebody complaining that there's not a safe mode in the game, but now there is. Effectively, like right now, I'm holding the move action, like I'm holding move, and I can't move because there's an enemy on the screen. Like the game devs heard, and they fixed it. Like obviously you can still fuck yourself over if you're just like mashing the key. Because if I'm mashing the key, like yeah, I can still move. Which are holding it, it doesn't work with creatures. Like even if I try to attack. I think you could actually turn it off by making it so you can queue actions. Maybe I don't know if what would change it. I remember to check the corpses because there's items that can be found to leave enemies. Unlike there were before. Well, things that would interest me. Yeah, once I'm done with the Red Rock, I'm going to go try to find a light source. Sorry, my brain is so fried. Agree. I'm not actually mean to pick up that dagger, but I'm stuck with it now. Let me actually put another point of toughness. There we go. Yeah, that was 10 HP. That was definitely worth it. Okay, the duration doesn't go up if I put another point of the damage does. It doesn't really mean anything to me. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna save up for a mutation next level. Like, okay, the ability to amputate your own limbs. Sorry, I just want to mention this again. Like the fact that I no longer have to use mad pulls to remove limbs off myself, or take dismember, and just fucking pray that I don't like take my legs off when I want to take a hand off. But that is so good. That is 100 points, like 50 plus 50. So I don't think there's a well yeah it literally says in the prerequisite to it aside from the intelligence. Like yeah, that's very convenient. Like I just like you have like new players have no idea how convenient this is. Like I could take off any limb that was bothering me. Well, any limb that I have that is bothering me. You know, it'd be funny if they allowed you to take your own head off. If you could voluntarily decapitate yourself. It's like, are you sure about that? Are you sure if you do not have a second head, you will die? And I'm just like, yes. Like I love how they removed. I don't know. This might have been. This might have been CDDA that I'm thinking of, but yeah, there used to be a suicide option in CDDA, and then they removed it. But yeah, effectively, you just kill yourself. Oh, voluntary suicide. The funny thing is that like you can survive killing yourself. Like there are methods to get around that. Like say precognition. Like I don't know why you'd mechanically want to. Well, I know why you'd want to decapitate yourself. That's not what I'm saying. I don't know why you'd voluntarily commit suicide though. There's no real benefit to it. Like the act of dying doesn't benefit you aside from I'm trying to think of a merit to dying in the game. I don't think there is one that you're given. Like there might be a like a convenience reason you'd want to just like forcibly kill yourself. But the thing is that the same thing you could just press another button. Like you could just menu to do what I'm referring to, which is basically like trigger precognition. That's besides the point. Yeah, I really hope they do have an option for people with one head to voluntarily chop their own head off. That'd be so funny to have somebody accidentally do that to themselves. To be fair, if you accidentally pick the option, okay, you voluntarily pick without wanting to dismember yourself, pick the skill that allows you to do so, and then voluntarily or by accident decide to trigger the skill, and then voluntarily like you'd have to do some like high level high level stunts to accidentally do this. Like you voluntarily decide to decapitate yourself. Like if you somehow manage to menu your way into dying, then you deserved it. Like if you can't even manage to prevent yourself from purchasing and then activating a skill, and then choosing the option that kills you, like you're not gonna be able to get anywhere in the game if that's something you have trouble with. I'm gonna be honest. Hit by cannibals, that's fine. Yeah, just based on its qualities, the clear lit, sure, why not? Yeah, and like 5 to 10 levels, I'll be able to recruit them. I won't. There's no merit to doing so. Well, there is merit, but I'm not going to do it. Okay. Which is where do I go now? Oh yeah, I need a light source. But yeah, God, just this game. There's not many games. There are a handful though. There aren't many games that will let you voluntarily, like. Okay, let me rephrase this. There aren't many games where the developers have to code in a way for you to voluntarily remove your own limbs, because it was such a thing. It was such a habit for the players to decide that they need to take their own limbs off, that it's a mercy. It is a gameplay convenience to allow the player to do it through some sort of skill. Like that's the thing. Like there's very few games that are like, yeah, you could take your own limb. Like we're so used to like players taking their own limbs off that we've decided to quality of life put it into the game as something you can voluntarily control, rather than like I usually use mad pulls to like either I gain axe skill to dismember myself, or I just like get regeneration and then swim with mad pulls. Like how many people really do that? Like, well, not how many people do that is that how many people have made a habit of one way or another voluntarily removing their own limbs, that the game devs had to add it in. It's so fucking silly to me. At daybreak on the 1st of autumn, a babe was found swaddled on a floating platform of polished chrome with an electric logic gate in each hand. That babe came to be known as Jethrind. In 4373 BR, Arteldoc III, blessed babe of cannibals, the pest of Suchkish, died of natural causes. He was 91 years old. Slumbering Divine. Slumbering Divine unabridged. Death is. Oh my god, I did not need to see that. Death is forever approached. The laws of gravitation is stated. The amaranthine dream. The years have passed since we were betrayed, brought low by the kind spirit. They are Urshib? Like I know it's supposed to be like Ursha, I mean bear. But I don't know how to pronounce the HIIB part. Urshib? Urshib? I don't know. At their mentor, I am mine. Forgive me for saying so. Credo informeth and confoundeth at once. and there is no distinction due to crimes committed, or simply the choice to live amongst us, or live among us. Once for my kin, I've remained here ever since in contemplation of impossible questions. Thank you for bringing us together. I do form needeth not follow function. Form needeth not follow function. So this has been weirdly coherent. I just want to point that out. This is like, yeah, this is still gibberish, but like it's weirdly coherent. For the remainder of the tomb, the distance to which they impinge upon the limp fingers and faces tending the grove before her, but would instead cast them into their waters and race with them beneath the shadows of the universe. She loved me, and others have pointed out that the Faraday's mechanical conceptions formed from experience in regard to the cubic inch of the freeholds. Okay, now it's starting to become ridiculous. But as thinkers we know, a crude animal made from his hooded and overly jaded face in the tetrahedral habit. Israel sits in contemplation of those who are beginning to understand any manifestation of energy and matter. Yeah, obviously now it's turning to gibberish. But these first two not paragraphs, but these first two like bits. I guess yeah, I'll just go paragraph. It makes more sense. But yeah, these first two paragraphs are actually like really coherent. I'm just gonna skim the rest of it for any useful information. Yeah, nothing. I don't really need to be checking these books for this, but I may as well. It never occurred to me now. Yeah, I'm just looking for a secret, which are hidden in these random books. Uh. Oh. Fairies with the house, rune of House Ishner. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Would you hit somewhere south of Red Rock? One parasang. Sure, I'll explore this in a minute. South of Red Rock. This might just be me finding it. Let me sprint into these guys. There we go. I'm like, wait a second, is that two? And Baboon Hero Pariah. Huh. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. Two legendaries spawning on the same exact tile. Right next to each other. How do pariahs feel about me? Because I'm gonna be honest, I'm very tempted to kill these. They're neutral. You know what? I'll ritual with you. Secret trash divine. Now I said I can't kill this one. But this one, on the other hand, I can do that too. Oh. God. how do I want to do this? Let me turn some of this stuff into Radiance. I'll leave the Grenache Injector. I don't really have a method of regeneration yet. Okay, Star Apple Jam, Honey Hulk. Or Hulk Honey. And Salve. If you take damage, there's an 8% chance you have a 50% chance to Dismember Slam. Okay, that didn't really turn into what I wanted. Oh, because Star Apple Jam and Salve are exactly the same, so it was only 2 effects. Yeah, never mind. Whoops. Oopsie, oopsie. Did a fucking... God, I hate that. I hate that meme. But yeah, I'm gonna kill this thing. I don't know why I'm killing it though. Like I just decided to. Oh, I actually got arachnids to neutral me. I guess it was for the arachnids. For lack of, understanding why the fuck I just did that. Oh, it's the Truekins have high base stats. The enemy Truekins all have high base stats. But obviously they have no mutations, so it kind of counterbalances it out. So they're basically just like vanilla humans. Shields don't... Oh, right. Yeah, metal armor is fucking heavy, I forgot. Keep the boots, though. Yeah, the mail has to go. I'll spare this again. Fix it. Spray foam, obviously. Metal folding chair. I hate you. So mad. Yeah, next level will I? Yeah, tinkering. Basic tinkering, so yeah, I can get rid of it. So, pariahs aren't hostile to me now, are they? But aggressive ones will attack me, yeah, that's par for the course. Okay, the fact that I have Trust Divining like changes the way the game is gonna roll from here on out. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking for the Ruin of House Ishnar. There it is. Ruins of House Ishnar. Precedent of this pistol worked in brass and chrome is breathtaking. Grips of King's Wood call the palm to an airless wrap. The hammer is contoured to the thumb by the micro-inch, and the sight's draws the eye down the barrel like the slipping of silk. It's engraved all around with withered ivy, and the muzzle is kissed in blood. And yeah, basically it's about how Kid killed. It actually has 7 rounds that go into it, I believe. Yeah, basically he kills 6 water barons, and then the 7th water baron gets up and says, "Oh, you have no more. You have to. I'll kill you before you manage to reload." And then the guy shoots a 7th time, because obviously a gun designed to kill, because it's obviously designed or in the story it's meant to kill the 7 barons. So of course it would be made with 7 bullets in mind, because that's how many targets it has. I mean, I can just read it. You know what? Fuck it. The 7 lords of House Ishnar feasted on Borgut and swilled wine from gilded cups in the ivy-strewn halls of their hold. I really can't wait until like water barons get out of the game. Like I don't know what they like. Obviously, they must plan like something lofty for them, because they haven't added them into the game yet, or they haven't figured out what they're doing with them. But either way, I'm excited for the future of Water Barons because like I love the idea of going to like a keep, like having a like the same way they currently have like dungeons for the new enemies, like layers for the new creatures. I hope they do the same thing with the Water Barons. I hope each of them have their own like keep staffed by random races, the same way that you have like cults. I hope they do that. It'd be so cool. I assume that's why it's taken so long for them to add them into the game, based on it's a deception based on what they've been doing with everything else, or they just haven't figured it out yet what they actually want to do, which is also the other thing that they might have done. But it's besides the point. Um, they spared no concern for the temperance, or for temperance. The coffers of their house had swelled with gardeners' gold, amassed through the sale of water drawn from the Lord's wells. But as the gluttonous barons counted 7 amongst their clan, excuse me, so had become numbered their days of debauchery, when the son of a beggared gardener swore a vengeful oath in the name of his father against the house of Ishnar. The penniless boy beseeched a gunsmith of great repute to craft for him a pistol of the most exquisite artisanry, with which he could be sure to vanquish the 7 lords. And in return, the boy promised the smith all the spoils of the battle. The smith, who in the hazel eyes of the boy beheld the spirit of vengeance, agreed. Until the boy, armed with the masterwork pistol, cast upon the doors of the hall of Ishnar with a fury that shook their iron hinges and seized upon the sobbing lords. Before any of them had yet to set down the gilded cups, the boy unholstered the pistol and shot dead 6 of the sons of Ishnar. The last lord rejoiced at his fortune and reached for his hip, from where he could sling a pistol of his own at the spent boy. But as his crooked finger freed his holster strap, the boy shot the lord between the eyes. For the smith had crafted for the boy a pistol with 7 chambers and 7 slugs, which it was on that day the house of Ishnar fell. Yeah, I should really like that. The fucking Smith. I was like, well, it has said like it needs to shoot 7 men. I may as well put 7 chambers in the fucking thing. But yeah, it actually gave me like the idea that the the water barons would have their own holds and all their own layers. I assume that's the reason that you never find like the same sort of ideas. Why you never find what is it called? Layers for Shuriken or oh my god, Putus Templars. Putus Templar. Do they have layers? Do Putus Templars have layers caves? I assume they don't. I've never seen one. Um, I love how the first thing that came up was, are are the Putus Templar evil? Why are they bad? Like, why are they bad? And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like uh, they're literally race purists that want to ethnically cleanse any mutated creatures on the land, which like from their perspective is a good thing. Like, but like from the perspective of every other mutant creature, which is like 90% of the case of Cud, they basically just want to wipe out all life effectively because like goddamn. Um, but yeah, I don't think they have layers. Sorry, I'm just looking. Uh, yeah, I assume it's going to be added at some point. They're going to add like at least a Putus Temporal base, like maybe hidden in the map or something. Like I'd really like if they added like Puta's Temple layers to the map, because currently the only yeah, I'm just talking about how I'd really like it if Puta's Templars had layers. Oh, there goes my dog getting under my bed sheets. But the only creatures that are similar to Puta's Templars that have layers are Mechamist Wanderers and stuff like that. Actually, I don't even know if they actually have layers. I can't remember. I think I spotted one in a layer. I can't remember to save my life. Not sure if you played this before. Yeah, it's a pretty difficult game to get into, at least. Right. Crit score deals extra damage. Yeah. Last shot fired is always a crit. Wait, what? I like how I destroyed this one, despite the fact that I was only attacking this one. How did I do that? Why did I randomly attack a different... I have no idea. They might have been, like, attached with HP somehow, or attached with the life. Attacking one might have damaged the other somehow. Yeah, it's not that hard to compare it to Dwarf Fortress Adventure Mode. Like certain, and this isn't like all over the place. Like, yeah, a handful of enemies do it, but there is like limb, not limb HP, but limb removal. A real concern is trying to figure out a method of recovering your limbs if one of them gets removed. Yeah, it's just one of those games that are like it's a lot to decipher. Like I don't even know how to really like. I'm not in a good very. I haven't gotten much sleep recently, so it's kind of hard for me to like talk about the game too much. But it has the same sort of like random lore generation that the Fortress has. The world is, well, okay, 90%, 99% of the world is procedurally generated, but like this, there's a storyline, like in terms of like the vanilla play style. You start in Joppa. Joppa sends you to Great Gate, which is over here. Great Gate sends you to Golgotha, and then Bethesda Susa, etc., etc. Like, you know, there is actually like a there are actual like they're procedural, like all the dungeons are procedurally generated, but with a blueprint. Effectively, like a like they have like there's some consistency between runs, but that's just for the main story. Everything else, aside from the overworld map itself and those specific dungeons in certain towns, everything else is randomly generated. Like each of these tiles is 3x3, so there's like just in a single line there are like hundreds of tiles that you could explore. Like you never actually have to do overworld map travel. You could actually start from Joppa and walk all the way over to say like Omad Porch over here. Like just going to the regular maps and like having to fight through everything. Like the game has so much that you can do on it. Like there's so much, like you never actually have to experience any of the more static content. If we're just talking about like from the point of view of Dwarf Fortress, like there is just Jesus Christ, there's so much to unpack. But yeah, I'll mostly just focus on what I'm actually doing right now, which is basically just checking the Stiltgrange, which is one of the towns that has a lot of shops. Which every town, at least some of them, um, some of the towns are randomly generated citizens in terms of like their um, randomly selected between all the factions in the game, like anything from like vines to roots to trees to frogs to pigs to robots, etc., etc. Um, the stilt is comprised of these, and this town over here is comprised of them, and there's random towns all over the place that also act like that. But great example is this is a fucking magma crab. In its infancy, rocks steamed through the planet in plumes of magma, spilled into hushed caverns, and quickened pools of protoplasm out of its stilled inertia. Placed, slipped, and matter was crushed, pressurized. Later, as entropy bore cracks into the crust, sticky life things fused to the rocks and scuttled forth. In geological terms, they're tiny things, but you insist that scale is the wrong one. This thing is a level like 50 creature, and I'm level 11. This is a super endgame enemy. It bleeds lava. It bleeds goddamn lava. It is super deadly, and it's just a random citizen. It has been converted to the Mechanist fate or Mechanist fate, and like you can see just about anything here. Like anything that lives in this game world can decide that it wants to live in the stilt, which results in like bizarre scenarios where like so like a slime mother. A slime mother is a great example, or a snail mother, not a slime mother. A snail mother will just like she'll just lay eggs all across the map, which will hatch into slugs, and it'll just slow your game down to a crawl because like hundreds of snails have decided to be born. Like that's just one of the many things in this game that is just like bizarre. Or a lot more common scenario is that a robot, a mind layer, will decide that it wants to live in the system, and you'll have to literally navigate a minefield to get to a fucking store. because this fucking robot decided that it wanted to live it wanted to become domesticated. I'm currently trying to move this merchant out of the... Sorry, I think my keys are a bit sticky. So sometimes I'm pressing the wrong button despite not actually pressing the wrong button. Words are hard. Okay, how did I accidentally do that? Like how? Like. Okay, it's weird. It feels like it's a random. What keeps happening? Because I don't want to aggro this guard over here, but I do want to kill this cat herder. Yeah, for his light sources. He has a light source that won't take up a hand slot, which is why I'm killing him. Just for the convenience sake. You can kill basically like every merchant in the game and steal this stuff. But the thing is that you don't want to kill all of them because some of them give you loot that you need, or that you can't just kill them once and get everything you want out of them. Oh yeah, there's the guard chasing me. I'll just wait a few hundred turns for them to aggro. Yeah, there's so much complicated shit in this game. There we go. Yes, glow spheres, floating glow sphere, which I can put in my floating nearby slot. But yeah, if you're into like very unique and bizarre roguelikes, this definitely fits the bill. Oh, I can't. This is not the kind of game that you can even begin to really describe in detail. This is okay. This is a great example. This is a cloneling. This is capable of cloning random creatures that it's adjacent to. And because it's friendly, it won't aggro to anything on the screen. So it'll just walk around and randomly clone things, which can be anything from like a merchant, which is really beneficial because if you clone a merchant, you'll have basically a cloned version of their inventory. Not their current inventory. You have to wait until they restock. But the new the merchant clone will restock their inventory just like a normal one. But this could potentially clone something dangerous that's hyper aggressive, and the clone will look at everything on the screen and say, "You're all going to die." And it will clear the screen. It will see you, and it will walk over, and the clone will kill you. And it's just hell. I'm actually going to. I'm going to try to do is trap the cloneling. Oh. Sir, I need you to. What I want to do is I want to lock the cloneling in with a merchant. I don't really have a good way of doing that right now because I'm not very fast. Wait, did they remove the behavior of clonings to clone random people in the still? Nope, no, he's doing it. Yeah. Now, it's obviously very okay for him to clone like random zealots. That's okay. But what it's not okay for, if he clones the same magma crab, as a magma crab will turn into a hostile enemy. Okay, I'm just monitoring the cloneling. What I'm waiting for is the cloneling to stop. Somewhere I can kill it. Because as you can tell, it's very dangerous for this cloneling just to be arbitrarily cloning people. Okay, it's cloned the Warden. That's okay. It should have a limited, as long as it doesn't get close to the magma crab, it's fine. I'm just doing this to make sure that nothing bad happens. Could you stop, please? It does have a limited amount of clone juice. Oh right, I'm neutral to that. Yeah. I'm neutral to arachnids, so that tick corpse, which was obviously um, hostile to the warden, wasn't hostile to me. But are you? You're not aggressive, but I don't know if a regular one would be aggressive to me. Do crabs like me? How do crabs feel about me? This is the sort of like, what other game? What other game do you have to be like, hey, do crabs like me? Like, what the fuck? Okay. Huh. There we go. I finally trapped him. Oh yeah, great example is man. Oh! That's why I was. I gave the clone one fucking turn and he killed me. Oh, that's the reason I was monitoring the clone link. I was trying to like lock him into the room, and I was hoping that he would get stuck and not clone me. Fuck. God damn it. But yeah, that's just Gibbs of Cut in a nutshell. That interaction of being like, yeah, this is bad idea to be playing around with this clone. It's not. It's that I had to. Like there wasn't a world where I just let that thing roam around and clone the shit out of everything. Like that would have gotten me killed. That would have gotten me killed just as much as me interacting with it the way that it did. In a perfect world, well, first of all, in a perfect world, men like me wouldn't exist. But secondarily, in a perfect world, I would have gotten him to clone a merchant, a high value merchant, like multiple times, and then he would have gotten stuck on the merchants themselves, on the clones of the merchant, and I would have been able to leave him there to just continue to do that. Obviously, it's not a perfect world. Oh, I should have read that. Yeah, that's why I love this game, is because there's so much weird stuff you have to put up with, and like most people don't want to put up with that sort of thing, but I do. I find it fun. On an expedition around Samar, Him the Fifth was captured by bandits and she languished in captivity for 2 years, eventually escaping to Gigatara Hollow. But like I don't think there's any other game ever that you have to be like, hey, I need to be worried about what version of this town spawns, because the town can actively kill me if it randomly generates in a certain way. There's no other game that does that, because most games don't have randomly generated towns that can be turned into like friendly towns that can be turned into towns that actively kill you. Actually, I can think of one game that does that, but in that game's case, it doesn't actually the town, quote unquote, technically isn't a town if it like it can turn into a hostile area randomly instead of being the town that it's supposed to be. But at the same time, like it's not a town anymore. Like no matter what, like I still have to interface with the town. Like there's still a benefit from having to put up with the town if I go into it. Like the town itself still functions. Sometimes. There have been times where I've had versions of the still where hostile enemies will spawn and cause what's called a great example is that this game also has loyalty cascades, just like in Dwarf Fortress. And I've had scenarios where loyalty cascades have happened, where creatures just started killing each other en masse, and I'm just like, oh no. Oh no, there's like an entire map of the still just fucking exploded. Because just like I have, in the same way that I have a reputation screen, which has every creature type in the game that I know of listed, and its opinions on you, every other creature has a has both an internal and individual screen like this. Like notable characters will have like special, will have their base faction and then special relationships with like 1 to 3 creatures. So something might default be aggressive to like 90% of the game, but like, oh, the roots like them because they, you know, they attended a funeral of one of their, you know, celebrities or some shit. Like that is an actual thing in the game. So yeah, creatures. A great example is 2 of the important NPCs in Joppa can hate each other. One of the creatures can spawn with a spawn hated by the wardens, and then the warden will go over and kill them. And then if you're unfortunate enough that not only that NPC is hated by the wardens, you can also have Elder Uradad see the warden kill Mamet. These are all NPCs in Joppa. They could see them do that and then decide that they're going to fight, which results in like the entire, basically like half of the NPC or half of the important NPCs in Joppa just killing each other. It's like like this literally no other game I can think of off the top of my head where the starting town can the moment you spawn turn in on itself like that. I'll take regeneration here. And I'll put my rapid evolution into freezing ray. That's why I love the Caves of Qud, is like the moment I realized that the NPCs in the starting village could do that, I just said, yeah, this is the kind of game for me. I pity the I pity the versions of or the villages of Joppa that spawn in the worlds where that happens, where the entirety of the village just implodes suddenly, and the warden just starts slaughtering everybody. So it never ceases me. It ceases me to amaze. It never ceases to amaze me that this game can do that. Like even Dwarf Fortress, like the loyalty cascades. Like you have to work up to the loyalty cascades before they start. The thing is, in Caves of Qud, the loyalty cascades can literally be at like the moment you spawn. It's also why I love Dwarf Fortress, is because of the loyalty cascades and just the idea that the game is coded in such a way that that sort of thing is even possible in the first place. Like, obviously, like, loyalty cascades aren't really intended to happen the way they do. Like, yeah, if somebody fights somebody's brother, it's okay for the two of them to fight each other. But the idea that somebody in a fortress where everybody knows each other, that everybody is either friends or enemies with each other, that they would basically, like, the moment one person fights another, they just implode permanently. Like, obviously that's not as intended. Like, it's one thing for, like, a day-long brawl to happen. That's fine. But for them to permanently decide that they're going to kill each other over and over, that basically everybody is going to kill everybody else, like, that's a step too far. But I still love it. I still love it just for the possibility. Just for the fact that it can even happen. Same thing with, like, cats getting drunk. Because they lick their paws. And then suddenly going through all the stages of alcohol poisoning and dying instantly. Sometimes a game like Dwarf Fortress, the best feature is the bugs. Like, goddamn, some of the bugs in Dwarf Fortress just are so fucking silly. Like when a fisherman, like when this might still be like kind of the case, but it's not as much of a problem as it used to be. But when fishing used to be one of the most dangerous jobs that a dwarf could even do, because literally any fish could just like suddenly decide that it wants to eat the dwarf and just fucking murder his ass, and then pull him like even if it wasn't a like very dangerous fish, the danger isn't the fish itself. And this is still a case of whenever there's a hostile fish in Dwarf Fortress, regardless of its power level, is that the dwarf, in the act of trying to avoid getting hit, can decide to dodge into another tile, and by dodging into another tile, step into the water and then fucking drown. That is the fucking silliest thing ever. The fact that the dwarves can decide to jump into lava to protect themselves against a like a goldfish from attacking them or some shit. Like, that's just what other game? Like, any game where you can say like that phrase, what other game does this? That's how you know that it's like 90% chance the kind of game that I would like to play. Because goddamn, I love unique games. Just same thing with this guy, which I want to get back into, but I just haven't had the brain power to want to play a story-driven game. Because to continue on the you know, what it does that causes me to say like what other game does this. It's like what other game can you go into an item, go into a world created from an item, and then find a item better than that item that you then go into that item's world, so you can make that item stronger. You know? But you also make your character stronger. It's like the level of grind in that game that you're capable of doing. Like you don't need to. Like I'm pretty sure in like the few hours that I was just playing the game for fun without actually continuing the story. I'm pretty sure in those few hours that I was just messing around. Like I'm not even in like the mid game yet. Like I'm still like in the first like 10, 15 in terms of just like leveling up. I'm still within like the first like 10, 15 levels of like in terms of like the appropriate level for like the story that I'm currently at. Like I'm pretty sure my pretty sure my character's, oh fuck's sake. God damn it, sorry, I'm so busy talking and just mashing keys. Like I'm pretty sure I can just beat the game with the stats that my characters have right now. Hell, I even put all my good stuff on one character, just so my main characters didn't have it, because I was like, yeah, I would literally bulldoze the game if I did that. And yeah, the reason they're chasing me is because I stole. Whoopsie doodle. I believe I can kill Tam with what I have. Definitely take a while. And a little bit of luck. I don't want to kill Tam, but he might make me. Especially if he fucking crits me like that. I really just smart enough so I can actually make progress, but I'm too busy talking about bullshit. But the thing is, I also like playing grindy games, so... Well, I don't like playing games that you have to grind. Like, where a game's just like, yeah, you know, you reach this... Okay, I'm just gonna let him kill me. Reset. I don't like playing games where it's like a boring grind. Like, a game that I already want to play, I'm fine with grinding in for shits and giggles. And like, you know, getting way past the appropriate level. Because I just do that. Like, just passively. If I really enjoy a game, like, there'll just be like at some point where I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna level up. So I can continue to like mainline the story. Like I'll basically be to the point where I'm kind of like my brain's turning off for the day, and then I'll grind for a while, just so I never have to level up again. So it's kind of just in my wheelhouse to do that. And the thing is that the main gameplay loop of Disgaea is grinding. It's basically a grinding feedback loop where like no matter what you're doing, you're in one way or another making your character stronger. And I also like watching numbers go up, so kind of just sort of the game for me in terms of leveling up. Or in terms of, you know, watching numbers go up. I mean, I need to get into the game or get into Caves of Cut. My mind is so far away from it that I keep forgetting how to play. One night under the Beetle Moon, a scholar found a babe with scrolls in its eyes outside his academy. He and his fellow scholars adopted the babe and named her Yuyatafa. Chef. Throughout 2087 BR, Ixes pillaged all the barracks province of. Actually, I just realized something. You know what I'm gonna do? I don't want to say anything because I just wanted to abandon my character. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna not start in Joppa because there doesn't appear to be anything different about it. So I'm Assaulted instead. Starting in the Sultans is a lot faster. So what you do is, as long as your starting town doesn't have the wrong enemy type, as long as the enemies around, or I say enemies, the starting creature type is usually Isakari Rangers for the Desert Village. What you do is you kill one of the gunners, take their gun, like I just did, and then you go around and you just, in melee, just shoot them in the face. Well, you don't have to shoot the melee guys in the face. There's no real reason for doing that. But I like to go up to the range guys and blow their heads off. Because the melee, the range guys won't shoot you if you're in melee with them. They'll prefer to use their melee attacks. And what can happen is basically this will get you to level like 6 or 7. And have you with enough resources to basically buy some starter equipment. It's a lot better than starting in Joppa, assuming you have already played through Joppa for the story. In 6307 BR, Bathrixes? Yeah, Bathrixes won a decisive victory against the combined forces of Tursawar at the Bloody Battle of Har. As a result of the battle, it was so rife with bad omens that it was renamed Lucky Moor. Oh, whoops. Yeah, the main reason I like to go right up into melee before I shoot at them is because it's very hard to miss when you're melee with an enemy. Like, obviously there's a miss chance associated with being melee. Because otherwise you'd always hit if you're in melee with a creature. But points into that. But yeah, having extra legs is actually a really powerful mutation. But yeah, this is a way easier start. At the Battle of Tepad, Bethrixes II fought as a mercenary sultan to subjugate hermits. She wielded a philosophical pistol with such deftness that it became forever known as Philosophical's Hermit's Woe. Weapons that are like this, where it says something woe, implies that it has special abilities to kill them, like it decapitates them or something. Which is usually a wasted effect. Like, philosophical implies that it might be a weapon with like willpower or an ego boost, or like some sort of mental boost, which is okay, but it's not great. The best effects are random mutations added by the weapon, and just generic ability to dismember, like an ability to dismember anything. Like a great example is like a 7% chance to dismember on hit. That's one of the best effects in the game to have on a random weapon. Okay, acrobatic spry. axes because I like dismember from the tree. Tactics. Charge. There we go. Kids should be a lot stronger in melee than they were before, assuming I'm actually, paying attention. The reason that you also stop saying also. Another reason that you'd want to start in a randomly generated map is because then you don't have to do any of the Joppa quests, which the Joppa quests keep tripping me up, which is the reason I want to skip them right now. Because I'm not really paying enough attention to want to go looking for wires in the Rust Wells or anything. But yeah, let me get these quests. Cries near Salt. Where's I'll explore? The villagers of Shakish are known throughout the Salt Dunes for their curious use of cider and meal prep. Oh yeah, another thing is that these towns can randomly generate with certain types of items being like sacred, and then every villager will have at least one of them. And you can have a situation where, which I had, where they'll have like a cybernetic. Like I had them. What I don't know. I don't know the word to use to describe, or the words to use to describe it. But basically, it was one of those powered floating chairs. That's a cybernetic. That is what they were as a sacred item, and these things are worth like 2,000 drams, which is the currency. 2,000 drams a pop, and every single villager had like 2 to 3 of them. There was literally enough of these to buy out like an entire merchant's an entire high level merchant's inventory. It was fucking crazy. Or like bionic hearts, which isn't as valuable, but it's still like 100 bionic hearts. Like it's still like a ridiculous amount of resources. That's my TED talk to why Joppa sucks. Well, it's a joke. Like it just depends on whether or not you want to see the lore or not. But once you see the lore once, you don't need to start Joppa anymore. Because once you finish Argav's quest, there's nothing unique about starting a Joppa aside from that. From what I know so far. Okay, let me buy your inventory with the rifles that I have. Or at least as much as I can. Should be able to get pretty close. I don't need these torches anymore. Because I have a glow sphere. Which is an infinite torch, effectively. Okay. Oh, there we go. This nugget should, even up the deal enough that I can take it. Connie, bronze sword, bronze dagger, spring turret, and a handful of grenades. Okay. I'm basically gonna sell back whatever garbage. Yeah, whatever is just garbage. Yeah, sometimes I'll just waste money on something. Wait, what? Oh, pure. Oh, that's a quest item. It's somebody's gonna ask me to get inside of that. Use you for a stint. So a while ago, I learned there's a copy of Mimic and the Mad Pull of the Godly 20-sided die nearby in a snapshot fort. To slake my greed, I'll have use for it. Salvage it, and I'll compensate you for your assistance. Yeah, sure. President Salt, you have a quest for me. We've been poring over our records, and we found out about a nearby location forgotten to our people, a slime bog. Ooh. That's useful. What secrets might this place hold? Precious metals, livestock, a relic to finding the ideal place for wandering the salt dunes? We must know. Locate it, we'll pay for your services between 4 and 8 parasangs north. Okay. But yeah, starting at level 6 is a pretty decent departure from where I was before. My inventory seems fine. I'll start by going to the snapshot for it. Right, I don't. Yeah, I saw the Triss. It is a legendary snapshot, so I gotta be a little bit cautious. Canvas bracelet, I'll just equip. Can I see who you are? Not really. I know what it is. It's a snapshot, obviously. I can see the sprite. Oh, if I just wait. Hulking, yeah, that's not okay. Smiling Mask, Engraved Dagger. In 2275 BR, after having made enemies with a collective of Tinkers, the Sultan of Kut died under mysterious circumstances. Because Bethrix's the Third's reputation for murdering somebody with a dagger made of glass, he was chosen as the successor. Sorry, whenever somebody murders a character with like random stuff, it always makes me laugh. Like I can't remember what it like. Oh, my favorite one is because of their reputation for killing somebody by letting them live out their lives in an alternate reality. Like that's somebody's method of murder. Somebody sent a character to an alternate reality or alternate timeline to kill them. Like that. Or letting them die of old age. Or some random bullshit like that. Like that's actually a possibility in the Caves of Qud. Well, not dying of old age. Obviously, like dying of old age is just a thing. But it's that is a specific thing that's like somebody can use as a murder weapon in lore. like what? Like, it's one of the silliest things. I am now disliked by the Hindran of Balok. Great. And by great, I mean bad. So Colossal Quill, Bethrix's the second cemented her friendship with gamblers by marrying Turnip. Okay. Okay, that's the book I'm looking for. Or what was it like or killed somebody through like existentialism or something ridiculous like that. Like there's so many hilarious murder methods that I've seen. It never ceases to make me laugh. In 4021 BR, Tafa won a decisive victory against the combined forces of Embassy, Province, Ush at the bloody battle of Old Silipa. As a result of the battle, Old Silipa was so devastated by smoldering stardust that it was renamed Gleaming Battleland. Embassy of Bush. Actually, I like that name. I need to remember that I have multiple legs, which means I can kite really good. It's the main reason multiple legs is overpowered, is because kiting is... I mean, kiting in a roguelike is... like... oh, crack cocaine or okay, why is that my example? It's literally... kiting is like the bread and butter of a roguelike game. That is usually the best method of dealing with any stronger creatures, is kiting outside of the range until you win. Yeah, my character's just randomly attacking to the upper left. Oh, he's getting like multiple hits in. Yeah, I see what he's doing. It's like randomly attacking for an extra time. Oh, he's hitting with like his offhand. Is that what he's doing? Like, I don't know what he's actually doing. Yeah, okay, I can't really explore the rest of the map. Oh no, I can. There is more to explore. My character just refused to do anything. Famished to travel long distances. Okay, good. Oh, right, I wanted to run north. Oh, whoops. I wanted to look at whatever that was. Deep in the wilds of... wait a second. Oh, they left. Oh, fuck me. Deep in the wilds of Alak, this is the second discovered Chinook. And she befriended swine and played games of chance throughout the night. And we played a few turns. Okay, I need to catch this guy. I don't have the money, I don't think. Okay, so the real issue is killing coralers. Because they have burgeoning. But the hope is that they'll get killed. By something else. That's the ideal. Or I could do a dirty trick like this and have them get killed by themselves. See, yeah, they should start attacking the plants, and... okay, well, that didn't work how I wanted it to, but... okay, well, this is going to keep chasing him until he runs into a hostile that he can't defeat. And it might seem a bit tedious, but it'll be worth it. Like, I cannot describe how worth it will be to those that don't know. If I... shit. Okay, it worked. Okay, well, it kind of worked. What I wanted to do is I wanted to aggro them to the mushroom. Shit. Sorry, I'm just wasting my time doing this, but I want to get his inventory without having to fight his coroners because they'll kill me. I don't want to risk it at all. I could also ritual with him, but he's kind of hated by 3 different villages. I could somehow separate him from his pack of creatures, it'd be nice, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna be easy to do. Is that what I think it is? Pariah? Feral pariah. Sure, I'll ritual with you. Share some secrets to contrast divining. Of Sweethold? I assume Sweethold isn't an actual, like, design place, but it sounds interesting, so I'll go look at it, assuming I live long enough. Actually, I need to go over here and remember this guy. Gotta be careful I don't aggro anybody, but it appears to not have happened. I like to make a habit of killing those guys because it's worth a lot. Because this is what I came here for. These Dongliders will kill preferably all of them. Oh no! What the fuck have you idiots done? This one's so many feral laws. Sweet Jesus. They go here? North? There he is. See, they got separated. Perfection. Oh god, you're stronger than I am. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep consuming. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, my ambient temperature dropped to the... Yeah, if you have a low temperature, what can happen is you can actually freeze enemies close to you because you'll chill them out. But yeah, this is the power that I hold within my hands. But yeah, these are feral laws, very deadly creatures capable of untold destruction through the tumble pods, which are basically just fucking grenades that chase you around until they either explode in your face or kill you. I get experience for killing the... Yeah, no, of course I don't. I'm just doing this to free up the loot. Okay. It doesn't appear to be anything. Okay, let me go back to where I was. Now that I'm... Oh, good to go. So I'm just looking. Dripped hat. Yeah, I read that already. Having the water. Okay, let me actually ID some of these. A love injector, good. Shade oil injector, meh. Blaze, meh. Skulk, meh. Eater Nectar is literally the reason I chased them for that many screens. Eater Nectar can either give me a +1 to a random attribute or +1 mutation point. I won't take it yet, but I will eventually. Ooh, water leaf, that's super valuable. And a random legendary bear. Is that a legendary Shikari? Oh no, you're a friend of Fungi. Which means you're probably hostile. Renowned honey-loving bear. Yeah, I'll kill you. Oh, fucking damn it. I meant to move. Sorry. My poor decision making. Yeah, I'm actually gonna end the stream. My decision making ability is so impaired by my fatigue. I'm gonna go back to sleep. I'll hopefully stream again today. Probably stream something other than CUD. Maybe something that requires a little less brain power. Because I clearly cannot generate enough brain power to function. Fuck. Oh, I was doing so well. I was doing so well and then died in such a dumb way. I'll see you guys. See you guys later.